Hold on. All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters of God. We are back at it again. All right. I'm just going to make sure my settings are just right here as far as the angle of the camera. You know what I mean? All right. Can you see me good? All right. Well, today is Thursday. It looks like we made it through another night again. I'm always going to say that to give God thanks for another day of life because without Him, ain't none of this possible. All right, right. It's Him that keeps us breathing. It's Him that has the last say and the last breath. Believe it or not. Okay, so now we pretty much kind of covered a little bit about the three world ages. All right, I'm still going to dig deeper in my, like I said, in my Strong's exhausting coordinates of the Bible and the companion Bible, those two big books, those tools to learn more about that. All right, I'm limited for space. I gotta anyway. That's where I need to go, but I'm gonna do that some other time. We will be doing a recap once I get some more um, um, confirmation regarding about the three world ages according to the Word of God. All right. So anyway, hope this video finds you guys well rested and in good spirits, and may y'all have a blessed day today at work and whatnot. Be safe out there. Lots going on. You got a lot of hating people, man. They're just disturbed. So I decided to touch a little bit more in the book of Isaiah. All right, chapter 9. All right, let's learn a little bit more about the birth of the Prince of Peace. Because remember, there's two of them, and when I say it like that, just that. One is the fake, the other one is the real Messiah. So let's see what I say on chapter 9. It has to say regarding about the birth of the Prince of Peace, and which one is he talking about? Verse 1, nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun, Zebulun, and let me get my pen, and the land of Naphtali, and afterwards did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea beyond Jordan in Galilee of the nations. Trouble meaning basically technically in that area. Let me go make my markings. Now we're going to go to verse 2, Isaiah chapter 9. All right, and it continues to say, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Now, listen to what he's saying. The people that walked in darkness, all right, just that, all right, in their own ways, all right, in the simple world. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, all right, for we fear no evil, correct? All right, which happens to be Psalms 23, by the way. Have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them had the light shine, meaning while they were in deep darkness, the light. They seen the great light. Who is that great light, by the way? Okay. 3. Thou hast multiplied the nations and not increased the joy. All right. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoiled. All right. For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressors, as in the day of Median. Median has delivered from. Okay, let me go and mark my markings. I put a little marking here, I guess. 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused. Alright, is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? To understand that simply, usually material 4. 6. For unto us a child is born. For unto us a child is born. Now we know who they're talking, who he's talking about, and who's that child. Now remember, Lucifer, right? Right? The Antichrist, right? The fake image, all right? The imposter, all right? Was never born of flesh. For unto us a child is born. That is a sweet Messiah. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that's what it's talking about. Unto us a son is given, yep. And the government shall be upon his shoulder. That's exactly who it is, the real Messiah, the seventh trump. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. There it is declared once again in Isaiah chapter 9 regarding about, all right, the birth of the Prince of Peace. 7. All right, let's go to 7. And it says, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Burning desire and will do. To understand that verse, period. All right? The Lord's anger against Israel. And you know what? Not just against Israel as well. Remember, Israel is just not, like the number one type priority. The whole world is. All right? In God's eyes, all right? But the reason why Israel spoke so much in Judea and Jerusalem and whatnot and other parts is because this is the Old Testament. That's why. This is way back in those ancient times. So, and of course other nations aren't mentioned in the Bible actually. In the Old Testament? The Lord's anger against Israel. 8 is, all right, it continues to say, the Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it had lightened upon Israel, many come to be known. To understand that verse simply. 9, and all the people shall know, even Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, meaning arrogance. All right? You know what? I gotta say this, man. You don't want to be one of those men that are just straight up arrogant, man. They're straight up ignorant of the word of God. Biblically illiterate. You don't want to be one of those. You ain't gonna benefit from it. You're really not. And when you may think because you're doing good in life and you got many things in life of this world, but nah, it doesn't go with you when you die. I gotta make that clear. All right? You don't want to be biblically illiterate. You want to know. You know what I'm saying here? Where you going from here? You know what I'm saying here? What's going to happen to you? All right? What side of the Gulf you're going to end up on? What are the things that need to take its course before it's all over with? And period. And be warned about the Antichrist and whatnot. Do not allow him to deceive you with others in the human flesh to deceive you. Don't allow them. Keep your guard up. So 10, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamore are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Smooth, replace them with. Just that. All right, sycamores are cut down, but we will change them with cedars, stronger materials. What that is, therefore the Lord shall set up the adversaries of the resin against him and join his enemies together, meaning raise, unite. To understand that verse 12. The Syrians before and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. Now, listen to this again. These names, these are other nations. The Syrians before, right? And the Philistines behind. All right? To this day, there's an issue between Israel and the Philistines. Right? Am I saying that right? And they shall devour Assyrians in that area. There seems to be a lot of conflict going on around Israel. But the Bible speaks about this, and the Bible does speak about these nations are going to rise up against Israel at one time. But I think that's going to be God's war. I think God's going to have a hand in that big time and smite them all when that time comes. And when they decide to all join together and rise up against Israel. And they shall devour Israel. Hold on. The Syrians before and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. What I just say. All right? And it's just not those two nations, the other ones as well. For all in this, it says, for all this is anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Does not cease, continue to chasten. All right? Now remember, this is why so much has happened with Israel, because you know what? 1 minute they're in good terms, the next minute they're not. They're always constantly going back and forth when it comes to God, to whom it may concern. You know what I'm saying here? All right? Meaning praising, and as time goes on, sinning, serving two worlds. Serving two gods. Let me put it that way, I guess. You could put it like that, I guess. I don't know. 13. For the people turneth not unto him. See what I just tell you. For the people turneth not. This is to whom may concern back at that time, even to this day. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. There it is. This is why, not just Israel, but other people, other nations, God does chastise the situation. And he has many means to chastise. All right? People in that nation, if he chooses to do so. So we're going to continue 14. Therefore, all right, the Lord will cut. This is 14th, Isaiah chapter 9, right? Regarding about the birth of the Prince of Peace. Verse 14. Therefore, the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. Bull rush. All right, in one day. Remember, God created everything in 6 days and rested on the seventh day. For that, number 7 is God's completion. 15, the ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. All right, the elders, all right, that teaches doctrine, that walk like that. The ancient and the honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. Talking about the fake prophets. They are the tail. For the leaders, this is 16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. All right, to those that deceive whoever listens to them, when the Antichrist is seen thinking it's the real Messiah, but it ain't. All right, these ones that lead the people to err, all right, will be destroyed. God's making it clear, according to Isaiah, what God has to say about these things. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for everyone is a hypocrite. What? He's saying everyone. That applies to everybody back in those days, and everybody to this day, and everybody in the latter days. All right? We all have suffered this, hypocrite. I don't care who you are, I have. Break away from that. Don't be a hypocrite in God's sight, man. I know I don't want to be. Because that right there, just that word, just that one word right there will make you fall short greatly in his presence. um, Everyone is a hypocrite, period, which is true, and an evildoer. All right, you don't want to be one of those. All right, let's work on these things, man. Eliminate these from our minds, our lives. Eliminate this hypocrisy, this being a hypocrite and being an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. Don't be one of these people, man. All right, let's work on that too. Eliminate that. All right. Okay, leave all these downfalls to those men that truly don't want to even accept the word of God. All right, let them, all right, be in this ship. All right, don't be like these others. All right, let's break away from these things that God speaks about, hypocrites and evildoers, and every mouth speaking folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Why? Because people to whom it may concern don't turn from these ways, these things. All right. If you suffer this, turn away from it. Pray on it. All right. Get with it. Let's period. Let's protect ourselves from becoming like this and acting like this. Period. All right. We don't need to be like that. Cause I'm telling you, God's a cardio reader. What do you mean by that cardio reader? Just that. He knows your mind. He knows every thought, everything that comes out of your mouth, our mouth. So, 18, for the wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns. All right. What's that word thorns? We know what that is, huh? That pertains to the wicked ones and the enemy himself. All right. Briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. 19, we're coming to a conclusion through the wrath of the Lord. That's right, the wrath of the Lord, meaning God himself, and there's none else. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. All right. 20. All right, verse 20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left. All right, on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Meaning seek for, to understand that. Seek for, to seek. So, in conclusion, 21, Isaiah chapter 9, Manish, Manashish, Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out. Why? Why is it that God's for all this, his anger is not turned away? Because to whom it may concern in this world is not to this day, back in those ancient times, and to this day in the latter days, all right, to all nations, to whom this may concern in the nations of this world. All right, you don't turn away from all these things. All right, period. For the Lord will have no joy in the young men, neither shall have mercy on their fathers and widows. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoers, and every mouth speaketh folly. All right, and period. All right. From all these things, they're abomination to God, man. All right. All right. You don't turn. This applies to everybody in this world, every nation. All right. If they don't change and converge and get with the program, his program. All right. For all this, to whom may concern in this world, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still, meaning in wrath, judgment, correction, chastising. All right. I just want to touch that a little bit. All right, brothers, sisters, God, and that'll be it. This is going to be kind of like a short one, all right? You all have a blessed weekend. Remember, I don't do Fridays anymore. Oh, you know what? I just noticed it too. Thank you very much to those that have subscribed to my channel. I think it was I went from anyway. The point is, I gained a few more, which I'm at 94 now. Thank you, and I've been watching that too because it seems like whoever took those two subscriptions away, obviously you weren't ready, and I think it's the same people. They subscribe, and then they'll take it back. I like I said, if you ain't ready, whatnot, you don't need to subscribe to my channel. But I see that a few have subscribed to my channel, and it's staying as of 94, and I appreciate that. I only need people to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button because they they are all right in the Word of God. They know what I'm talking about. They like what I have to say regarding about the Word of God. I'm not always accurate. I'm not 100% um, a preacher, a pastor, and all that, because I'm none of those things. I'm just a student. I'm a servant, becoming a messenger of God. If and that's what it's about. So I appreciate it. But when somebody pulls that subscription, that tells you one thing: you're being spiteful. All right. God bless you. Don't need that kind of behavior. So, and obviously, what I'm trying to say is, if you're not ready for this channel that likes to bring the Word of God on this platform, right? Whatever, don't subscribe to the channel and don't pay attention to it. You don't need to subscribe and take it back because you're not hurting me. All right, that's for sure. And to those that have subscribed to my channel and that keep it there, the subscriptions and the newcomers, man, God bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And the more subscriptions and whatnot, and the more likes tells me that I'm doing a decent job. Okay, so God bless you all. Until next time. All right. Truth. Have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. All right. And have fun. Have fun in a good, positive, sober way. All right. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And let us all stand on the watch and be sober, meaning in the Word. All right. Of course, too, don't be like a drunken individual, constantly drunk day and night when you're out of your mind and, off balance. So, hopefully you're not suffering that. You know what I'm saying here? So until then, but love you guys very much. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Seriously, God bless.